So we're trying to find the rational zeros of the polynomial f of x equals x to the fourth minus 2x cubed minus 60x squared minus 139x minus 70. I found the zeros -2 and -5 for this polynomial using my graphing calculator. I typed in the polynomial into y equals, and then I did second graph to go to the table, and I looked up the numbers in my table that made my equation equal to 0, and there they are, -5 and -2. So I know I have at least two rational zeros. So what happens next is we use synthetic division. So start by putting the coefficients of our polynomial. So there's a 1 in front of x to the fourth, a -2 in front of x cubed, -60 in front of x squared, -139 in front of x, and -70 is your constant. And the first thing we're going to do is take out a factor of -2. So what we're doing actually is removing the factor x plus 2 from this polynomial. So use synthetic division. And in synthetic division, the first thing we're going to do is drop our first coefficient down. So this 1 gets dropped down. Anything that gets dropped below the line gets multiplied with what's in the box. So 1 times -2 is -2. This becomes, we add those two things together, this becomes -4. Multiply, 4 times -2 becomes +8. Add those two numbers, this becomes -52. -52 times -2 becomes +104. Add these things together, so we get 35. 35 times -2, oh sorry, -35. -35 times -2 becomes +70. So I get a 0 as my remainder or my function value. I know I did synthetic division correctly. So what this actually did was left me, since I removed the factor x plus 2, left me with the polynomial x to the third minus 4x squared minus 52x minus 35. So I've taken my original polynomial and I've decreased it by 1 degree. That's what happens with synthetic division. We also know that another one of our rational zeros is -5. So we're going to do that exact same thing we just did, but now we're using this polynomial that has x cubed, and we're going to be removing the factor x plus 5. So write down your coefficients again. Drop that first coefficient down. -1 times 5 becomes -5. Add those two things together. I get -9. -9 times 5 becomes +45. Add those two things together. I get -7. -7 times -5 becomes +35. 0. Again, I knew I did synthetic division correctly because I ended up with this 0 in the last spot. So I started out with x to the fourth minus 2x cubed minus 60x squared minus 139x minus 70. Took out the factor of x plus 2. That dropped it down to this polynomial. Now I'm removing x plus 5. That drops it down to another polynomial, so 1 degree less because I took one of the powers of x out. This leaves me with x squared minus 9x minus 7. And now I can solve using the quadratic formula, or I can try and factor.